everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of CMU News. I'm your co-host, Berkeley.
And I'm Craig Shacklett.
And we are here to bring you the latest and the greatest in the gambling world, the news. So let's find out what's new. Let's get it rolling. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority released on Tuesday that it expects this year's November 21st through 23rd Las Vegas Grand Prix to generate economic impact of at least $250 million. But not everyone is happy about F1 coming to town, are they?
No, they're not. It's definitely, F1 is there's definitely two sides of this. So the Visitors Authority, a lot of the big players like Wynn, Venetian, Caesars, MGM, they love it because they're bringing in a lot of high rollers that are coming in. I think last year, leading up to the first F1, I think there's a lot of enthusiasm across the board. Obviously, there's some detractors early on that said this is not a good idea. But what happened was a lot of the smaller casinos were not happy because, one, a lot of their customers got scared away because they're like, they built it up to be such a huge event that a lot of people were like, you know what, I'm just not going to go. I don't want to deal with the crowds. I'm not going to come. And what happened was they were trying, like across the board in the Strip, they were trying to charge so much money for the rooms. And just people were like, nah, I don't like Formula One that much. Overall, I mean, the revenue numbers may have been good because there were quite a few high rollers that came in and they got a lot of baccarat play, a lot of high-end play. But casinos like Ellis Island, Stage Door Casino, a couple of restaurants, Jay's Market, Batista's Hole in the Wall, actually sued Formula One and Clark County because of loss of revenue from the event. And then there's a lot of people that weren't happy about the Bellagio fountains being covered up by grandstands and just all that goes into putting on a Formula One event. Now, the aesthetics were gorgeous. I don't know if you saw any of it, like doing the race at night on the Strip. It was beautiful. There was an incident where like a pothole flew off the ground and it like took out a car, which was not great. I didn't know that was possible. I think it was in like a Fast and the Furious movie, and I'm like, that's fake. But no, it can actually happen. So anyway, yes, the big dogs like it. High, casinos that cater to high rollers like it. But yeah, I think the mid-level and low-level Vegas businesses aren't all behind Formula One.
Yeah, it sounds like something that would be a really cool event to attend one day.
Yeah,
it'd be really cool. I think might be a bucket list item or something, but attending an F1 race would be really cool. But sounds like that kind of needs to be your intention of going to Vegas instead of visiting Vegas, and F1 is in your way, if you will. You're going for F1, so whenever it's blocking off an intersection, that's your perspective has kind of shifted but that's why I'm here instead of this is in my way. But I think either way, everyone here if something was in blocking off something and access to anything, then absolutely that's something to think about with a major event hosting a city hosting a major event like that. Something you have to think through.
Yeah, well, stay tuned. I think there's a lot of room rates that will drop leading up to it if it's like last year. I hope it's a huge success, but I know last year the rates were set really high. As we got closer to the event, rooms weren't filling up, rates dropped. So if it is on your bucket list, maybe stay tuned, check the room rates, and maybe a short notice trip will work out for you.
A little last minute trip on the fly.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining in on this week's episode of CMU News. As always, let us know any feedback or stories you want us to cover. And that's it for this week. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.